When did we start caring about the aesthetic of our devices? This is how our computers started out. But then Steve Jobs decided that this was too boring and that we should have more friendly computer designs so as not just to please the corporate customers but also the creative ones. And he launched the colorful Macs, iMacs. And they were a huge hit among the customers. But shortly after, they also directed towards this grey-silver color zone, right? But I don't know, in the memory of Steve Jobs or in the name of nostalgia, they are bringing this colorful Macs and colorful devices back, starting with the iPhones, then the iPad Air, and now with the extremely accessible personality and user-friendly colors, the iMacs. Yes, it is a device with personality. The cherry on top is that they're not just some pretty looking devices, they are also extremely powerful. It ships with the M1 chip inside, which is the latest chip by Apple, and it has been featured on multiple devices like the latest MacBook Pros and the Mac Minis. The chip itself was released a year back, so it has already been reviewed by a lot of people, including me, and you can find my opinion on the M1 chip in the other video, and I'll link the video in the description down below. So this video is not about the M1 chip, it's about the iMac, the colorful iMacs. But the gist is, the device is as powerful from the inside as it is pretty from the outside. Now let's talk about the specs and the buying options that you get. The iMacs come in two versions, the lower end and the upper end. The lower end comes with 8-core CPU and 7-core GPU, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and a Magic Keyboard. Also a Magic Mouse, but there's no difference between the Magic Mouse in lower end or the upper end. The higher end comes with the M1 chip with 8-core CPU and 8-core GPU, 4 USB-C ports, 2 Thunderbolt 4 and 2 USB 3, an Ethernet port on the brick, and a Touch ID with the Magic Keyboard. Rest everything is same in both the versions. The lower end starts at $120 and the higher end starts at $140. For comparison, MacBook Airs come with M1 chip with 8-core CPU and 7-core GPU at lower end and 8-core GPU and 8-core CPU at higher end, and they cost $93K for the lower end and $118 lakh for the higher end. That is 1.18 lakh. Do keep in mind that iMacs come with separate keyboard and mouse, and obviously a bigger screen. A separate set of keyboard and mouse, Magic Keyboard and Magic Mouse, will cost you $17K on top of everything as compared to MacBook Airs, right? Also, the same chip with 8-core CPU and 8-core GPU will cost you $123K for MacBook Pros. The difference being the Touch ID, slightly better speakers, a slightly better screen, and a fan. I mean, if both the devices have same internals, why do you need fans in one device and not in the other? The MacBook Air does not come with fan, but the MacBook Pro does. For comparison, iMacs also come with fans, so there won't be any cooling issues with the iMac. So that's the pricing and specs for iMac. For any additional memory, RAM or storage, there's an extra $20K. You can choose between Magic Mouse or trackpad, or you can have both at an additional cost of $5K and $12.5K respectively. So that's all for today's video, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.